Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Didn't Really Name It. This is the episode 10, and I couldn't be much happier. Thank you for supporting me throughout this. In today's episode, we are joined by Ozzy from Ozzy Talks Hardware YouTube channel. He makes content on building budget gaming computers and PC hardware. He also is the key inspiration for my startup Project Cube. And in today's episode, we'll be having a talk about his journey, YouTube, and PC hardware. So, yeah, let's get started. Welcome aboard, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Didn't Really Name It. And in today's podcast video episode, we are joined by Oz. And he's a YouTuber who makes computers, and I love building computers. So we can have a little chat about making computers, YouTube, and everything. So, yeah, Oz, please give me an introduction.
Yeah, of course, and thank you, Afin, for getting me on the show. It's honestly a really cool honor, and I'm glad you're doing stuff like this. So my name is Ozzy. I've been building computers since I was like 13, and I started this YouTube endeavor of just teaching people how to build affordable computers in around 2016-ish. I've been doing it for almost 5 years now, I will say, and it's grown way beyond what I could ever expect. And there's a lot more to it than just computers now, which I didn't expect. So it's been a good run so far, and I'm really enjoying it.
So, how do you define your YouTube journey? You've been on YouTube since 2015. So, how has it been, and how has it impacted your life?
Yeah, so it's actually kind of funny. I started YouTube. I've had like several channels before the current one that I have, Oztalks Hardware. So I actually started in like 2012 as a gaming channel, and I had like 3 or 4 channels before I switched over to a tech channel. I deleted that tech channel, and then I started a new tech channel, which is Oztalks Hardware right now. And back then in 2015, it was like very simple compared to now, because I would literally just have a YouTube video idea of building some kind of affordable, cheap computer. I would make it, I would upload it, and it would do fairly well because there weren't a lot of videos about like affordable computers on YouTube at the time, right? But the tides have changed, and there are a ton of different videos about affordable, cheap computers nowadays. So you have to be a little bit more creative. You have to add something new to the niche. That's something that just wasn't there before. And now that YouTube has become more of it's still a hobby, but it's also a source of income. I also have to make business decisions that I didn't have to make back when I was 16. So that's something completely new as well.
That's cool. So now we have channels like Tech by Matt, Nerd on a Budget, 32 megabytes, and yeah. So before getting into everything, I just want to ask, how did you get into computers? Why did you think that you want to start building computers on YouTube out of everything?
Yeah, I love this question. I absolutely love this question. And that's because it was just my family computer was awful. Like, it was absolutely trash. It had like 512 megabytes of RAM. It had like a Pentium 4. It was just like really, really bad. And if you don't know computers, like, just know that like all that stuff is like pretty bad. So I wanted to play this one video game called Project Blackout. And it's dead now, I think, or it's not available in the States. And the family computer just wasn't cutting it. So I started looking up ways to like upgrade it. And then I basically decided, hey, let me just like build my own computer. Well, at the time I was only 13 and I didn't have a job. So the only way I could afford money or afford to build a computer was to take recyclable cans and bottles and then trade that in for money. And I lived in California, so you could do that. And so I ended up collecting like a year's worth of bottles and cans and saved like $300, and also sold some like old stuff that I had too. And I built my first computer. And after I built that, I just naturally kept up with like the industry and the market and everything. And it got to the point where like I would watch tech videos on YouTube, and a lot of the people, like, their videos are super interesting, like Austin Evans, Linus, NCIX Tech Tips at the time, but it was all like high-end hardware. And I was like, well, what about like me? Like, I don't see anything affordable here. So that's when I decided to build affordable stuff for YouTube, and I guess it worked. I guess.
So back in the day, probably I was 12 when I got on YouTube. At that time, I used to watch
Okay.
Tech Tips, Linus Tech Tips, and Austin Evans. And they had this one series. I hope they continue it. Do you know about Scrapyard Wars?
Yes. Yes.
That was the
You
only.
like that one too?
Yeah, I love it. I think that's the only series where they have a competition and it's actually practical because
Yeah.
they're buying stuff that is used. I guess you guys also did a video collaboration just like that. I remember something like that.
Yeah, I don't exactly remember the name, but we've done a few Scrapyard Wars-esque like build battles before, with an array of different other content creators, and they've all been fun. I've never done one in person per se, but I would love to do that with another content creator.
It, like
I think
I
that
saw the collaboration video of you guys, all of those people who uh, actually this is kind of a personal one too. You guys are the reason you Tech by Mad, Random Gaming in HD, are the reason why I started my business in this thing.
Oh, dude, you're too much.
Like I was 17 and
Yeah.
I loved making computers and me and my friend Rehan, he just went
Hmm.
out. I went out of my home after setting this whole thing up. So we started building computers for budget gamers in India.
Yeah.
So
How's that going so far? Like,
I mean, in 2020 it was supposed to go up, but because of the whole import thing, it's very expensive now. But I've been doing this since 2017 and we have had so much fun because we get a tiny amount of customers, but all of those customers were so happy with their computers because of
yeah.
personal touch. That's the thing. Actually, I had some questions. I knew that you're now reducing your video push, and it's because of your college and education. I was interested. What are you studying right now?
Yeah, so I'm currently studying computer engineering, and that is not easy.
Oh, you
I'll give you that much.
great with that.
It's a lot of time. And so there was a time, I think October 2018, where I thought, maybe I should hire people so I can increase my video output, but that just made things like so much more stressful because managing people is just a whole nother ball game that I thought I was ready for, but I wasn't ready for. So right now I'm trying to do a video every 2 to 3 weeks and just make that video as great as I can make it, and then just focus on school and then all the auxiliary stuff surrounding YouTube in the meantime. And I think it's working pretty well so far.
It's going good. Now the thing is, I'm a video editor and I work for
Oh, really?
YouTubers. Yeah. So
Okay.
my clients, they thought that it would be difficult to manage me because when you're a creator, right, you want to have that personal touch that
Hmm.
you want to push in, but by the grace of God they're satisfied and they're telling that they're just feeling that personal touch. So I get it. The personal touch is
Yeah.
difficult to manage.
Yeah. I guess a question for you from the video editing perspective: is it hard to find the personal touch of each creator if you have multiple clients? Because that's something that I had to work very like one-on-one with my video editor when I had him at the time. I was like, there's certain things that I add that I think just make my video my video. And so it's kind of hard to translate sometimes.
It is, see, as a creator and an editor, I feel the pain of both the sides. So what I do
Yeah.
is, whoever's video I'm trying to edit, I go onto the channel, I binge watch all of the videos, all of them. And what I do is I get the type and the way they edit, the quirkiness to everything. And then what happens is I make the video. I do not disturb my client at all. I just give him the drive link with the completely edited video. And up till now, I've been doing this for 3 to 4 months, and they are satisfied with the work. That's a good thing.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Alhamdulillah.
That's exciting.
That is. So another question I had, just give me a second. I'll bring my computer that I made by watching yours and Random Gaming in HD and Tech by Matt's video. Just give me a second.
What? I'm excited. What the heck?
So
Hey, Preeville. Is that a Dell?
It is an
HP?
it is an HP.
HP. Okay, I was about to say. Oh, HP Compact. 8300?
8300 SFF. Yes,
I
sir.
knew it.
So, I got the idea after watching your videos. What I did, this computer was at my dad's office. It was lying around. I asked his boss, "Can you just sell that computer to me?" And he gave it for a really good price. It's got an i7 3770,
That's really good.
and it costed me around $150
For everything?
for everything. Yep. 8
That's
gigabytes of
solid,
RAM.
man.
Yeah, but no hard drive. But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, it's a steal, man. If you're living
Yeah.
I actually bought this in Saudi, then packed it, and then came back to India with the computer.
Oh, okay. Does your dad's friend live there?
What? Sorry?
You said Saudi?
Saudi, yeah. I've been born and raised in Saudi Arabia.
Okay. Oh, okay. And then you came back to India. Okay, cool.
I came here to study computer science engineering.
Nice. Hey, we have that in common.
Sir, we do have that in common. So,
That's exciting.
So what I did was the power supply on this one is around 255 watts, and I wanted to put 1050 Ti, 2 SSDs, 2 hard drives, trying to do the most out of it, and people were recommending that I shouldn't be doing it. And it's a small PSU and it's a proprietary one. So
Yeah.
I had to completely rebuild it. I wish I could show you my computer. It's down there. Completely new case, new power supply, new motherboard, and probably more. How much I spent? I put in more $100. I used 1050 Ti, a new SSD, a new case. Finished. That's my build right now. Yep.
Dude, that's honestly that's pretty good though. So you gutted everything out of the compact and then you put it in a new case.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. Personally.
It's got RGB now, but
yes.
So
was it hard fitting the motherboard in the case? Because
the motherboard
was that standard?
HP motherboard, and it didn't have a lot of options, and that's why I had to swap out for a new MSI.
Oh, you said the new board. Okay, yeah. I forgot you said that.
It just has the processor and RAM.
Yeah.
that processor is worth paying. I used the computer as it was, and for almost a year. I was editing videos on Premiere, by the way. I don't know how, without a GPU.
Ooh.
I did it. And now I'm working on this computer. I'm trying to install Hackintosh on it. I wasted 3 days of my life for it.
Dude, that's the thing. Nobody tells you this. Hackintoshing is actually kind of difficult. Like the steps are not clear. There's no just step list that you take. It's different for almost every single motherboard.
Every single motherboard. So yeah. I guess I wasted 3 days on it. I went on to r/Hackintosh. I went over there and I was like, I need some help. And people came on to me. They tried helping me, but they were like, all of those tutorials I followed bit by bit. But at the end of the day, my USB wasn't bootable. So I gave
that's weird. I luckily I was able to get it on my laptop within 4 hours, but it was I definitely had to use some workarounds. It wasn't very clear.
I think I slept for 3 hours for the 3 days.
Oh my gosh!
Friends were over on Discord, and we were like, "Okay, this doesn't work. This ISO doesn't work. This DMG doesn't work. Let's try another one."
Yeah. Shout out to your friend for helping you out through all of that.
Okay, I wanted to ask this question. What was your first gaming computer build that you by yourself? And I just want to know.
Yeah, so my first computer was a Phenom 2 quad-core 840 CPU.
AMD Phenom 2.
Yeah, I think it was 4 gigs of DDR3 memory. I don't remember the exact motherboard, but I do remember I had an XFX Radeon 5670, 512 megabytes of GDDR5 VRAM. And
that is a very combo. 512 GDDR5.
Yeah, I know. And back then, I think this was like 2012 when it happened. I could be wrong, but back then that was like that was basically what like 4 gigs of RAM is now. So it was like, or maybe 2 gigs of RAM. I don't know. So it was like lower end, but it was still like good enough for like modern gaming. And my monitor only supported 1680 by 1050, so it was like perfectly fine. Yeah. Also a very weird resolution. Yeah, I know. Because a lot of the parts were hand-me-downs too. So some of them I bought new, some of them I bought used, and some were given to me. And I was able to fit it in like $300-ish, somewhere around there. So
That's really good. So your first GPU was an XFX?
yeah, XFX Radeon 5670.
5670. That's cool.
Yeah.
So do you want to see my first GPU?
You said what?
Do you want to see my first GPU?
Yeah, let's see it. I'm down. It's gonna be, watch it be like a GT210 or something.
You're not
A GT710.
GT210 merch.
Is it a GT210? Was that your first GPU?
Nah, it's a really old one.
Oh snap! Is that even PCIe? Yeah, it's PCIe.
It has PCIe to VGA.
Oh snap! Yeah, that boy's old.
That
Do
boy,
you know the model?
I do not remember. It's a really long name. But I used to play Grand Theft Auto Vice City on this. Me and my dad made the first computer with this thing on.
That is crazy, but also really cool. So that's actually not PCIe. That's AGP. That's 3 notches at the bottom, like where you insert it.
Yep.
No, like if you flip it this way, like down here.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, it has 3 notches. So that's like really old.
Yep. And it was paired with the legendary Pentium 4.
Oh, dang. I kind of roasted the Pentium 4 earlier. My condolences.
No, the Pentium 4 was a good CPU for its time. Not good for 2013.
Yeah. It's pretty rough. How was playing GTA on that computer?
Man, the Vice City days. I'm gonna make a classic game review on this game right now. It's my first Grand Theft Auto. I played 3 after that, and I still have photos playing Vice City when I was just 3 or 4. It was amazing. I played at, I don't know the resolution, probably 800 by 600 on a CRT.
Dang, that's so old school.
That is old school. My dad used to build these computers. We used to go at his friend's shop. I used to be there and like tingle around PCs. I love them.
Dude, it's so cool that you're able to do that with your dad as well. It's like a really cool bonding experience.
Yep. Like it was probably 2015. I went back to KSA for a vacation, and then like, I want to give you your first graphics card, and then he presented me like that. I was.
Have you played? Wait, sorry, you were saying something?
No. Please continue.
No, I was like, have you played the Zelda games at all? Legend of Zelda?
I heard about it. I want to play it. So.
Okay. Well, there's just like every time you open a treasure chest, it's like it does this like really fun jingle, and then it's like it highlights the item, and then when you said when your dad presented you the video card, it made you think.
Exactly. By the way, it also had those trial discs, demo discs.
Oh, really?
Discs, yeah.
What? Did you use them? Like, did they play and work and stuff?
I played it, but I had to play it on my laptop because I didn't have a CD drive in my PC. It was fun. Like, people don't realize how fun it was to have demo discs, man.
Yeah. Demos in general, honestly. It's like no games have demos anymore. Yeah. I do remember, did you get GTA 5 or play it? Okay, yeah, recently, yeah, you're right.
So I got it for free right now on PC. The reason is I bought it on Xbox 360 on September 17, 2013. I bought it on PS4 on November 2015. And now I don't want to buy it on PC. Too much loyalty for the game.
Oh my goodness, you bought it twice previously? Oh gosh, Rafan, that's crazy.
but I'm not gonna do it for the PS5. I have completely I have lost hopes from Rockstar now.
Yeah,
how,
yeah,
how
yeah.
did you feel when we were watching the event and the first thing you watched the event live, by the way?
Which
The
event?
PlayStation 5 event.
I didn't watch it. I just saw highlights.
So
But
I'm gonna tell you why fans were angry on Rockstar. So they queued the whole things like what's their journey with the PlayStation 4, and then what happened? The first logo for the first game, right? The first logo was on the screen was a Rockstar logo. So me and my friends, we were live on Discord. We were seeing it. We started screaming. It's 2:30 a.m. in the morning here, and we started screaming. They show Grand Theft Auto 5 again.
oh, oh my gosh. They've rehashed that game for so long. Rockstar needs to stop doing that.
No, but it's because the players have been fueled with the in-game shark card currency. There are 12-year-olds who buy the shark cards, and Rockstar doesn't want to put money into development, even though they've earned 3.2 billion.
It's one of the best-selling games ever, GTA 5.
Yep.
So like you're right, like they could just make another GTA game like we want, but they're milking it at this point.
Yeah, people are saying that they have set a bar too high to fall down. At least revive the other IPs. Like you've got so many IPs, Bully, you've got Max Payne, you've got so many games like Midnight Club. Where the heck is Midnight Club? They don't do it a lot. So I have this question. What software do you use for editing your videos?
Yeah, so I use DaVinci Resolve for all my video editing. And then if I need to edit a photo, I still use DaVinci Resolve because it has such amazing color correction and I'm so used to it that I don't really use anything else. But I think I'm going to start switching over to Lightroom because it has a lot. It's pretty powerful and it's mobile, so I can do it on my phone for like Instagram pictures and stuff like that. I'm really trying to get into the Instagram and possibly TikTok game, but we'll see.
I would recommend you something. I've been recommending this to all of my friends, and I've seen this thing. Your content is mostly tech, right? You make tech videos. Try LinkedIn.
Try what?
Try LinkedIn.
Like the social, like networking platform?
The social networking platform, LinkedIn. The thing is, it has an amazing organic growth, and you've been making professional content for a while now. So organic growth is good.
Interested. I never thought that LinkedIn would be an option.
Yeah. Out of everything, LinkedIn is amazing. I remember I posted that I typed on my phone. I was like, I'm gonna start a podcast. I typed on my LinkedIn and it got around 300 views. I don't know.
Pretty impressive, yeah.
That's weird. That's
pretty
weird.
good.
So yeah.
I wonder, do you know anyone who's on like any creators on LinkedIn, like who are actively using it?
The technology space, especially the computer technology space, there's no one there.
So there's a vacuum. There's a market for it too.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, I see this.
Yeah.
Or 200 or not. It might be over.
200, I guess. It's past 200.
Yeah, so maybe a 1660 or a, what are the other options? RX 590 or something. But 1660 I think is a better option.
So how disappointed were you were with the 1650?
Oh, I thought it was really bad. I just like straight up, I was like, this doesn't really make any sense.
Well, just give me a second. I've been going on too much. I should have bought the boxes prior to this.
Oh, did you buy some? Did you buy some 1650s?
Oh, well, probably shouldn't have done that. Wait a second. 1, 2, 3.
Why do you have three 16 to 50s?
These all
Who,
belong.
are you being held hostage by NVIDIA right now? Is there like an NVIDIA rep there? You're like, you're at gunpoint.
No. Probably. Anyway, so I had to buy these things because I was looking at the alternative. I didn't have any alternatives at this price point, and 1650 didn't release at that time. So I had to go with RX 570 or this. So RX 570 was expensive than this.
Okay.
So sadly, I had to make this choice for my customers.
That's fair. You see, I always forget that like the market in the States is not the same as the market in other places. And so, yeah, and so what's affordable here may not be affordable over there. And so 1650 is probably the best bet.
1650 at that time it was the best bet, but I won't recommend my enemy a 1650 because I recommend them the 1650 Super. I wanted to know I wanted to recommend the best of the things in the budget.
Yeah, that's fair. And so how's the used market in India?
It's good, but there's the availability is really less because the PC gamers are kind of less. But the thing is, people get scared getting into PC gaming because they think it's expensive. Mm-hmm. So that's why we started the startup in the first place. That's the only reason, because another story. So the first computer that we built for my friend, we thought it was expensive. We only had a budget of around, 20,000 Indian rupees. I'm gonna check how much it is for 20,000 INR. We had around $267, right? So
yeah,
a good amount in United States, but on here you don't have a choice. So we went on to the marketplace. It's OLX here. It's a marketplace like Craigslist. Not that amazing, but still. So we went on to a place that was very dark and everything. Shit ton of computers. You know that basements filled with computers, right? We went there. We found a Core 2 Quad Q6600 computer. It's a legendary CPU anyway. So
I know, I was about to say.
It's a legendary CPU. I think Core 2 Quad single-handedly is the reason for the startup, for everything, obviously, and you guys. So we got the Q6600. We bought a used RAM. We got a graphics card, and we put it together, and we were like, okay, we did it under 20,000. We should be making a startup that will feature the best value specifications for budget gamers. And at that time, 2017, 2018, 2019, we had a good run, but I think 2020, hopefully.
It's been tough. Yeah, that's definitely not easy, but I'm proud of you guys for doing what you're doing, honestly. And that's such a rich market. And I feel like a lot of people just miss out on how, like, just the joy of having a computer that can just like run games, because of they either don't know enough to research on their own, and they don't have like the money to like pick it up. So
third is mobile gaming.
That too. Mobile game, yeah. Everything's coming to your phone now, like PUBG, Fortnite. Like, if you can't afford a computer, just get a phone.
It's a good thing as a gamer, though. I mean, I respect that we've been getting AAA quality games on our mobile.
Yeah, it does help out a lot. It definitely does.
Do you know that TikTok and other 58 Chinese apps have been banned in India?
I saw the news article, yeah. So you can't use TikTok. Were you able to use it before?
The good thing is I haven't even installed the app because it's
okay.
Out here, man. In India, it's very difficult. The content is not good.
Really?
No. I'll probably link you some TikToks on Twitter, but you'll have,
Yeah, I want to see them. I would like to see it. Yeah.
There are probably thousands of montages, man. The Indians are cringy on TikTok, just TikTok. So where was I? I got lost. PUBG and Call of Duty isn't banned, even though they are made by Tencent Games. I see something.
That is interesting. PUBG is huge.
Huge.
It is so popular, so maybe that's why.
But TikTok is popular too, but
I mean, true. That is true. But maybe it's because more people are on their phone than there are on their computer. And so there's a higher chance of like data acquisition through TikTok than through...
TikTok does background data monitoring and handling. I saw one guy, he was on Twitter and he was like, he had his iPhone on iOS 14. There's a new update in which every application which uses your background apps is being alerted, and if someone tries to use it on a really large scale, so I'll just tell the incident, it will shorten it down. This guy was using Instagram, all right, and he was typing his password on his keyboard, and it was saving onto the clipboard, right? We have the saved passwords, and it's saying that TikTok is trying to access your clipboard.
Oh, really? So it might be trying to access his password is what he was trying to get at?
Yep.
Ooh, that's some shady stuff.
That is, and I guess iOS is doing 1,000 times better in application overall.
Yeah, that's one thing too. A lot of people seem to hate on Apple. I mean, obviously every company does like some pretty annoying stuff, and Apple is no different. But I will say they have gotten updates and security down like a lot better than Android. I think they're way ahead. So I'm willing to sacrifice some features on Android that I probably won't care about anyway to have my iPhone 8 be supported until like 2056 and not have to upgrade for like 30 years. So I appreciate that part.
Yeah, the SE is amazing. It's got an amazing...
Yeah.
Everyone's been preaching on that. It's amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
Last question. Sorry for that. Do you feel the platform has changed? Tech niche as actually building computers. Do you think it has changed a lot? Your journey?
It's changed a lot. And I think that's just natural. That was bound to happen. Before, if you just built a computer or made a tutorial, you were probably going to get a decent amount of views. But like with any platform, there's oversaturation now. And so you're really fighting for views. So that's why a lot of bigger tech people, not even computer people, bigger tech people, a lot of them have kind of fallen off because before what they were trying to do before just isn't working now, and you have to be able to adapt and change and figure out what is going to work for you now. So like back in 2016 when I was making videos, I could just make a $200 gaming computer. That could be the title, and that video was probably going to do well because it was an affordable computer that people can build. If I do that now, $200 gaming computer, like it will still do fairly well, but it definitely won't have the impact that it had 4 or 5 years ago. And so I had to pivot a little bit and not just make like computer tutorials or computer builds. I had to add a little bit more of a personable story to it so people can relate and make it easier for them to connect, watch, and recommend and share. And so you just have to figure out what that is, because it's always going to be changing. Like I doubt what I'm using right now is going to be working in 2 years, so I'll have to change again. And it's a little bit stressful, but also kind of fun because it forces you to be creative.
I saw your latest upload. Oh my god. By personal, I get the touch. I know what you're talking about right now. Man, when I saw that guy, making computers, and he's old, like super old, and he's into computers, when his face lit up as soon as you present the computer, I was literally crying because it was amazing, the work that you've done for the people, man. I thank you. That's what I can say.
Yeah, thanks for that encouragement, man. It's honestly been a blessing to be able to just be able to do that for people. And God has given me such an awesome platform. So I'm very grateful for all of it. So hopefully I'll be able to continue making those videos, but they take a long time.
You are collaborating with people who are seven seas far than you, man. You're collaborating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right. That is crazy once I think about it.
That's cool. I guess, yeah, that's it for the podcast. I just want to say thank you again. Like, you've impacted the computer builders in a very, very big way. And along the way, we see you on social media. Like, we want to appreciate you on text, but I think every time it's not enough just to text. So, yeah, thank you again. Thank you. Just want to say thank you.
Thanks, man. And good job with what you're doing too. I'm really excited to see where your business is going to go, where this podcast is going to go,
Where my YouTube
and
is gonna go.
and your YouTube and your video editing. Just you're really making a name for yourself, and I think that's really cool. So keep it up.
All right, then I'll end the podcast. I'm gonna end the recording. So thank you for joining us in today's podcast.
Yeah. Bye, everyone.
Bye.